Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're all having a lovely week, almost ready for the weekend. We have a stunning day weather-wise today. It's about 72, 73 outside, low humidity, not a cloud in the sky. So as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to go down to the park and enjoy a little outside time. Anyhow, today I want to talk about some simple practical tips for a healthy raw food diet. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate if you go down there and hit that subscribe button, then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel and hopefully come back and check out some more of my content. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to probably clear my throat, cough a little bit today. I'm not sick or anything, but our pollen count is insane around here, and probably my house does need a good dusting as we're getting into the spring, but I just feel dust in my throat the last 30 minutes or so. All right, some simple practical tips for a healthy raw food diet. And when I say a raw food diet, I guess I have to enunciate this every single time. I don't care if you're doing a fully raw food diet. I don't do a fully raw food diet. I do a very high raw diet. I've done a fully raw diet for long periods at a time when I was in the tropics. But like I say, this is always focusing about the health. And that's my first tip to you. Do not make the raw food thing your holy grail. I highly, highly encourage you to educate yourself on nutrition on a plant-based diet in general. I encourage you to focus on nutrition, nutrients, getting the things your body needs, whether that comes from food that's raw or whether that comes from food that's cooked. Now, having said that, as most of you know, I'm very high raw. I've been fully raw for times, when I was living at the beach in Costa Rica. But like I say, it just always bothers me. And it doesn't bother me. Listen, I'm not ever trying to discourage somebody from being fully raw. I just hate to see it when somebody like sacrifices or they give up. In other words, they're doing fully raw, but they're not doing that healthier version of it, and they're doing fully raw, and sometimes they're a little sanctimonious about how they're fully raw, but in my eyes, they're not as healthy as the person over here that's not eating fully raw, whatever percentage. I know people that eat, look, let me just be real straight with you. I can see with my own eyes. I see a lot of people that are fully raw that are not healthy at all. I see a lot of people that eat mostly cooked plant-based that are very healthy. Now, that's not me saying I'm going to move over and start eating a lot more cooked or that I'm eating a lot of cooked. I'm just saying your mileage may vary. You focus on the things that you're putting in your body. But the raw is good, and I'm eating lots and lots of, sorry about that, I hit my mic. I'm eating lots and lots of raw food every single day. Another thing too is little by little, everybody's swinging for the fence. They want to go to a fully raw diet overnight, or they want to do, they just want it now. Little by little will get you there. Think of it like this. Think of it as you're just going to do. Think about if you did this every single day, theoretically. You're going to do a little bit better today than you did yesterday, no matter what form that comes in. Maybe you didn't eat a single, maybe you're brand new to this. Maybe you don't ever eat fruit. Maybe today just means you ate a couple of pieces of fruit. You did better than you did yesterday. Maybe you're better today than yesterday is you not eating something today that you normally eat. You give something up. But just little by little, just do a little bit. You don't have to get there tomorrow. You can take satisfaction in those small victories of I did better today. You can go to bed knowing I did better than I did the day before. And a lot of times, I'll tell you too, take a step back. I want to talk to people there's a group that I like to try to zoom in on as much as possible, and it's the people that have done it for a while. They're not beginners, but they've struggled over and over and over. I've seen faces, I see them on social media, they reach out to me, some I've become friends with, but they've been struggling with it. They've never been on solid footing with the whole thing. So take a step back. Even if you've been mostly raw and you put on weight, it doesn't work for you. Take a step back, and you can always go back to being fully raw. But what, like I say, I always want to focus on the nutrition part of this channel. One thing that'll help you, and this helps me, and sometimes it helps me to the extent that I eat the same things over and over every day. Instead of thinking about like, okay, well, I can't eat this anymore, and I don't eat that, and I'm not supposed to do this, and blah blah blah. Think of it like this. Just think of things, make yourself a list of certain things that you're going to eat every single day, certain things that you're going to put into your body every single day. That's the priority. That's number one on the list. That's before everything. You go down this list and you eat all of these things and you include all of this stuff in your body before you even think of anything else. And then in your mind, you can do a little Jedi mind trick on yourself and say, okay, after I eat all these other things, or after I consume all the stuff that I think I need to get every day, after that, then we'll see. Then maybe you eat some of the things, or you give yourself the allowance to eat some of the things that are not optimal. But what happens is, like I was talking about in that last video on weight loss, you crowd out the bad stuff with the good stuff. Like for me, that's why, it would be, if I was a food creator, I would have more interesting content. I would have more exciting content. I look through my Instagram a lot of times and I'm like, this ain't very exciting because I'm just doing the same things over and over and over and over. And the reason that is because there's certain things I want to get in every day. And that's why I talk about the importance of my green smoothies, the importance of my salads, mainly because they are just vehicles that they deliver a lot of nutrients. In other words, I can't think of the word I was trying to come up with, but like in my green smoothies, I can pack a lot of my greens in there. I get my blackstrap molasses for a little bit extra calcium and what have you in there. I can get my chia seeds in there. If I haven't had my lentil sprouts for the day, I can blend those in there. So my day-to-day, you'll see right now, normally I like to be getting more fruit. In my day-to-day, there's going to be like probably at least 15 bananas involved. So right there, you're talking about 1,500 calories. I like to get my greens. I'm going to get my greens. Most days I'm going to get a salad. So there's going to be a full head of romaine in there. And I'm going to have a smoothie. So by the time I've had my 15 bananas or so, I've had as much my maximum amount of kale that I can cram into a smoothie, and I've had a big salad every day. Boom. I'm also about getting in those sprouts every day. They're good nutrition, plus they fill me. And then on top of that, I usually will get something in like a chia seed, hemp seed or something like that for the omega-3s. But all those different things, they add up. And then then I just fill in from there, like, okay, there's calories or there's energy in the dressings I'm putting on top of that. And then I eat something else. Now, I know you might be saying, well, geez, just bananas. No, not just bananas, but that just happens to be the situation I'm sitting in right now. Now, if I'm sitting in Costa Rica, oh, Jesus, it looks completely different. I was thinking about that yesterday because things are starting to loosen up a little bit. And I might just have to get back down to Costa Rica in the second half of the year. And I know I've talked about that before, but I'm getting real itchy now. But when I was there, that list would even be bigger of the things that I was going to get into my diet every day. Now, like down there, I'd get bananas in every day. There would be mangoes included every day. There would be papaya included every day. There would be pineapple included every day. In other words, when you live in the tropics, you don't try to do a plant-based diet. You don't try to do a raw food diet. You just do it. You just do it. I used to talk about that. You come to Haka, which is basically my home base down there at the beach. You'll go raw overnight. It's hot. There's fruit. How hard is it? Just focus on getting that good stuff into your body and just progress a little bit more each day. I've talked about this one ad nauseum too, but it seems like I get, I'm always getting new people on here, is you could go from standard American diet. You could be sitting here listening to me eating ribs right now. You could be sitting here listening to me eating Church's fried chicken, eating that chicken sandwich. And you could go from that today, going through the drive-through, to being fully raw in 3 months, in 5 months, doing that little progression that I have, like basically first month. And this, I'll just finish with this. For some of you that have watched me for a long time, you might want to go ahead and tap out because I've mentioned it 1,000 times. You go raw till noon the first month, you go raw till dinner the second month, and then the third month you go fully raw. Or if you need a little bit more training wheels, the third month you go raw 3 days, fully raw 3 days a week, then fully raw 5 days a week in the fourth month, and then fully raw 7 days a week in the fifth month. But it's just progression. It's always, everything in life is like that. And sometimes as I'm getting ready to do this video, I'm talking to myself here about other areas in my life, because a lot of these little videos I do, if you apply the logic, if you apply just the philosophy of it, it can translate into other areas of life and not just food, which the food works for me pretty well, but I can use a lot of help in other areas of life. So yeah, focus on your health first. Focus on eating whole food, plant-based diet. If you need to, if you're struggling with it, or even just for good measures, make sure you're doing a whole food plant-based diet, a clean version of it, of cooked, before you worry too much about being fully raw and doing this and that. I think that is just a great springboard, is if you take that little extra bit of time and you eat cooked for a little bit longer, and you you clean it up and you get the processed out of there, and you get, and you're just eating whole foods, real food, fruit, potatoes, beans, whatever, but whole foods, low sugar, oil, salt free, clean. And then you can move towards fully raw. If you want to be fully raw, not that hard to get there. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again this weekend. Peace.